Welcome back to our weekly podcast here on the 90th Minute Podcast channel on YouTube, as well as Spotify, Apple, any other streaming platforms.
Yeah. If you're listening on audio apps, thank you for listening. We do appreciate your time. Your time is money. It's valuable to us. Thank you so much.
Yes, that is Wazinho.
Yeah.
We got Greg.
Hello.
And I am Liam. Our weekly podcast, like I said, here on YouTube and the platforms.
3 weeks in a row now. We're getting back to consistency, baby. Let's go.
Hopefully some YouTube videos on the main channel as well. Fingers crossed. We'll see what happens. But topic to start off the podcast with today.
And since we're talking about consistency, I guess you can say we're as consistent as Cesar Azpilicueta.
Why Cesar Azpilicueta?
Because he becomes the first and only Chelsea player to do a clean sweep for the club in terms of, I think, winning every trophy available.
But no, because he doesn't win every single season in the Premier League. That's available trophy.
No, but he's now won like every
final.
Yeah, every trophy available. Yeah, so I think now Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup.
Oh, I know what you're saying. Okay.
He's won every available trophy.
So,
but what I was gonna say was Chelsea are officially the best team in the world.
They are Club World Cup champions.
As of like 10 minutes ago. So.
Even though they've been struggling a little bit in the Premier League, and even in the final, they made a little bit of tough work about it from Palmeiras. But
too bad Palmeiras didn't win. Just because it would have been nice to see a club not outside of Europe win the Club World Cup. Last time I think we saw that was maybe against Chelsea back in 2013.
I think it was
13.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I think you gotta move your mic a little bit because you're all red.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, you should be good there.
Sorry, Lucas.
But yes, Club World Cup has finished. Can we get a scoreline on that one, Wazinho? Let's see.
I have a
was it 2-1?
Was?
I'm trying to find.
We're honestly
Club World Cup. It ended 2-1 today against Palmeiras.
In extra time, yeah.
In extra time. So what happened? Let's break it down. Romelu Lukaku opened the score in the 55th minute before Rafael Veiga scored in the 64th through a penalty. The 90 minutes goes. Kai Havertz scores in extra time through a penalty before a red card was given out in extra time to Luan of Palmeiras. It ends 2-1.
Oh. Good result for Chelsea.
I mean, that's another trophy. Yeah. They get the fancy badge on their kit now, which I like.
I mean, it's one of those ones that you always expect the European team to win.
Yeah.
But there has been upsets in the past, like you said, the Chelsea the one time. But fair enough. Chelsea are actually a very interesting team. I mean, you go through like the whole Lukaku situation, the injuries that have occurred, then you go into just the lack of goal scoring, the lack of free flowing attack they don't suffer.
It seems like they have a lot of goal scoring in many different places, and it's all around. It's not like you got like those few players who are just scoring all your goals, and sometimes that can be an issue. Yeah. Sometimes it's good, but if your main goal scorers aren't scoring, you're not going to get depth goal scoring from your defenders like Reece James, of course, not playing. But
I say that they have been struggling in the Premier League. They are still third. They are still in a good spot. I mean, 7 points above fourth place West Ham, only 4 points below Liverpool. So they're still in the title race for sure. I don't see them overtaking Liverpool and then overtaking City. I don't see it, but they are still in that title race. But
the last team to win the Club World Cup outside of a European team was Corinthians in 2012 against Chelsea.
Yeah.
So, which is interesting because there's been a few Brazilian teams that have won this trophy over the years. Sao Paulo, Corinthians, Internacional. But aside from that, you don't see really any other clubs outside from Europe win it.
No, it's very rare.
It's usually a Brazilian side.
Yeah. We talk about... We'll get into the Manchester United discussion because that's a big thing. We talk about managers. Thomas Tuchel got nothing but praise last season when he came into Chelsea after Frank Lampard was sacked, turned the team around, won the Champions League. What an incredible job he did. This season, maybe things are not as rosy for Thomas Tuchel. I mean, you had the whole Lukaku situation, how Tuchel handled that, reacted to that by leaving him out of the matchday squad. I don't see Thomas Tuchel getting the sack anytime soon. But then again, it is Chelsea and things can change in a matter of days. So
It hasn't been smooth sailing.
It
for
hasn't
Chelsea.
been. It hasn't been.
But
even though they are third, that's the thing.
Third place in the Premier League. They're in the round of 16 of the Champions League. Like they're in the Carabao Cup final.
Yep.
Like if
they can win.
they could still go on and be winning all these.
I think they will get third place in the Premier League.
They should.
Yeah.
They should. I think
that's something we should definitely talk about right after this. Just the Premier League right now in general.
Yeah, we can
talk about it.
We can move into right now if you want. The top 4 race in the Premier League is
it's interesting because I'm still surprised to see Manchester United in the race for top 4 with how abysmal their performances have been.
So really, I mean, if you break it down, I think Manchester City and Liverpool first, second. I think those two are kind of like a little bit of a gap there. Then I said Chelsea third, 47. West Ham fourth, 40 points. Manchester United 5th, 40. Arsenal 6th, 39. Spurs 7th on 36. And then Wolves in 8th on 34.
It's like a big fight for 4th place right now. Is kind of how
West Ham in 4th, though. It's just kind of funny to see.
West Ham have been all right, though. I mean, they've had a couple bumps in the road, especially recently.
So like all those teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess it's a question to you, the listeners or viewers. Who will get 4th place in the Premier League? Let us know in the comments below. How do you think this is going to play out? Is it going to be Man United? Will it be Arsenal? Will it be West Ham or somebody else?
You look on paper, it should be United.
It should be United.
The team that you have, United should be in a top 4. You finished second last season, and you did nothing but strengthen your squad.
100%.
You should be in the top 4. West Ham, do they have the legs to finish out the rest of the season and finish top 4? Time will tell. We'll see. I think they do. I think they have a bit of energy behind it.
But if West Ham finish 4th place, sorry to cut you off. If West Ham finish 4th place, does Declan Rice stay and play for Champions League next season?
It depends who offers for him. Does United launch $100 million offer for Declan Rice, and he goes,
I don't know, man.
I'll triple my wages overnight, kind of thing?
I guess it'll depend.
Does Chelsea go for him? Maybe.
Yeah.
He would love to play for Chelsea, I think.
And if United do want 4th place, they need more consistent results and performances. I mean, I looked at a few here. Of course, today while we're recording, they drew Southampton 1-1. Before that, they drew Burnley 1-1. Who bottom of the table?
Yep, bottom of the table. Burnley.
And then of course, they beat West Ham in the Premier League. Brentford drew Villa. Beat Villa. Just very weird, inconsistent results throughout the last couple months, and you can tell Ralph Ragnick he's got a job on his plate right now.
What I think is so telling about how far away Manchester United are from the top 4. Manchester City have conceded 14 goals all season. Liverpool have conceded 19. Chelsea conceded 18. Manchester United have conceded 32.
Almost double.
That shows right there the levels behind you are, especially defensively and in the midfield, conceding. And really, I don't think much of the fault goes to David De Gea. I think David De Gea's had a great season, actually. I actually really like David De Gea this year.
I think David De Gea's arguably been Manchester United's best player, maybe
agree.
next to Ronaldo. I'm trying to think who else maybe. Just maybe not in the back of my mind right now. But but
goal scoring wise, again, I say City scored 61, Liverpool 60, Chelsea 48, United 38. You're not scoring, and you're letting in more.
I found this very... You want to hear something about Harry Maguire? 0 trophies, 4 relegations, 0% win rate in finals, 20% win rate in 10 semifinals, 18 goals conceded and 2 own goals in semifinals, 0 CL knockout appearances, £80 million.
It shocks me that he's made it to this level of football. Because you watch him play, and sure, he has qualities. He's a big body. He's able to win most of his aerial duels. He's able to make a tackle. But the inconsistencies, the inability to pass, he's so slow, especially on the turn. It's crazy how that gets through level after level after level of football and make it to the Premier League and then make it to an 80 million transfer to Manchester United. How does that happen? I watch him play and I go, he looks like...
You had a good season at Leicester and then...
He looks like a banter Phil Jones. And that's so rude to say that to Phil Jones, because Phil Jones had a great career over so he's made his mistakes, don't get me wrong, but
injuries have really hurt him, right? And I want to say, I think the big issue with Harry Maguire, I think it comes down to the pressure from the fans in the stadium with all those eyes looking upon him. I think he has a lot of that pressure on him. He feels it. While I felt he actually played pretty well when there weren't any fans in the stadium during the COVID pandemic. Right?
With England, when people were behind the team?
Essentially, yeah. Like, I don't know. I kind of noticed that because, like I said, when games were being played without fans, I thought Harry Maguire was playing pretty well. I thought he was able to move the ball forward pretty well. He was good physically. He wasn't, making as many mistakes as he is now. And I feel that's partly due maybe because of the pressure of so many people watching him. I think that does get under his skin. I think mentally he's just not built for that. And I know at Leicester, he had people watching him, Hull City, whatever, but Manchester United is a different level.
It is. When you're expected to challenge for the title, it is different. Especially when you're wearing the captain's armband.
Yeah.
Maybe Harry Maguire needs captaincy taken away. A little bit of, give him a little bit of a time off. Let him get back mentally. You gave Jesse Lingard a time off, he didn't want it. Maybe Maguire needs some time, but then again, you have no one to replace him with. Who could you put? You have Varane, you have Lindelof or Bailly, and they're so injury at the moment. And
this is what Rangnick said after the game. We have to be realistic and face the situation we are in right now. With games and results like today, we will struggle to finish fourth. And at the end of the season, we have to be a lot more lethal, robust, and decisive to reward ourselves in games like this. Mm-hmm. He's right.
Now, and I mean, not to take all the blame on Manchester United, but you got to give some praise to Southampton. They've had some good results.
2 good results in a row. Yeah.
Greg, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You're a Fulham supporter.
Yeah.
Would you want Harry Maguire on your team?
I would take Harry Maguire at Fulham, yeah.
You sure if he's changed?
I would assume he is. Yeah, we have Tim Reams. So.
Tim Ream. But no, you say
Tim Ream?
Tim Ream, the American.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Tim Ream. The one, Winston Reed. No,
Winston Reed.
I'm dumb.
No, Manchester United, so 1-1 draw against Southampton. Now, starting the lineup, De Gea, Net, Shaw, Maguire, Varane, Diego Dallo, McTominay and Pogba in midfield, and then Sancho, Fernandes, Rashford, and Ronaldo. That's a fantastic team. That's a team that should challenge for Premier League.
Yep.
You have so much quality through Rafael Varane. You have so much quality through Pogba, Fernandes, Rashford, Sancho, Ronaldo. It's a superstar lineup, and it just doesn't work. It just doesn't score goals. It's conceding goals. Is it system? Is it Ralph Rangnick?
Is it behind the scene? Lots of stuff going on. We don't know.
So Rangnick says this about the team. This is actually in regards to team stamina. There was not much time to improve on work on that in training. Whether we have played so far... No, he says, whenever we have played so far, I don't see any fitness issues. It's more of an issue of being aggressive as a team. So
if they have fitness issues, that's shocking. You're Manchester
and
United.
This is what Hasenhüttl said about United weaknesses after the draw today. It's no big secret that when they lose the ball, the reverse gear is not so good. Arrest, defense, how a team gets into a compact shape and defend, losing the ball will be a big theme in the coming game. Yeah,
bodies behind the ball. So what basically we're saying is Manchester United is not tracking back and not getting into a defensive shape quick enough.
That also goes in mind of them not having a proper CDM actually
to control the midfield.
Of that.
Yeah.
You lose the ball, he's the first one back trying to get that ball back and everything.
And then I think Ronaldo now, in 2022, he's yet to have an assist or a goal.
It's his longest streak of his career.
Yeah.
It is.
So that's kind of telling.
It says a lot about Cristiano Ronaldo, first off.
And I don't want to stick too much on United because how about Arsenal in that top 4 race? Do you think they can make it?
They're still there.
Arsenal have struggled recently.
So have Spurs.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not through the week. We're on Saturday only still. So
last results, if we go through Arsenal's last few results here, they did get that 1-0 victory over Wolves. They got the win. There was a red card for Gabriel Martinelli. Another red card. I think it's 4 in the last 6 games, I want to say.
Yeah.
Then you go back further. They got a 2-0 victory. Sorry. Hold on. They got a 0-0 draw against Burnley. Then they lost 2-1 versus City. And then they smacked up Norwich 5-0. So, they can... I don't think Arsenal's ever going to beat City. They're not on that level.
I don't think anyone's really going to beat City honestly.
And Burnley, Burnley, maybe we're underrating Burnley. 2-0 draws. You have to say that's okay by Burnley standards, you know.
They need to get some wins though, or else they're not.
Yeah, they need some points.
You need to actually try and get a win. And I mean, another team you really want to talk about is Brighton. How good of a season?
Yeah, they're ninth.
They've only lost 4 times.
Yeah,
That's actually insane considering
Yeah,
the
20
quality in the Premier League. Only losing 4 times, and how many games are we in? Like 20.
they're on 23, so they have
They
one
have
match
23
in hand.
games played, 33 points. Credit to Brighton. You know, I like the way they play. I like some of their players. So they've always been a fun team to kind of watch.
Credit to Wolves too, though. Wolves are in
Yeah,
8th.
they're a bit of a resurgence. I think a lot of people doubted them at times.
Well, I mean, really, you look at Wolves statistically, they've only scored 19 goals all season, but they've only conceded 17.
Yeah.
So, you know, they've been very tight
Interesting.
defensively,
yeah.
but
They pick out
they're just lacking a goal scorer now. Whether Raul Jimenez can get back to his form and get back to that goal scoring, they did get rid of Adama, who was an attacking player.
Just had a question on TikTok for you. Where did you get that Champions League trophy from?
My girlfriend got it for me for Christmas from a store at the mall one day. I saw it. I was like, that's sick, but it's too expensive. Then Christmas time, I was like, what's this big box? Oh, Champions League trophy.
Yeah, and don't
Perfect.
forget to use code 90minute for G Fuel, by the way,
Yeah,
at
baby.
checkout. Code
90 and the word minute.
There
Now,
you go.
we talk about Arsenal. We talk about Brighton. We talk about Wolves, teams that have done well. Let's talk about a team that has done not so well. Leicester City.
Yeah.
Brendan Rodgers. I feel he might get the sack. He got smacked up by Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup. And he comes back to the Premier League, and it's not much better.
And I mean, Leicester, yeah, it hasn't been going for them. For a team that you think should be in that mix for fighting for 4th place.
They want top 4 football. That is what Leicester City, the owners, have paid for. They've brought players of quality in. They brought in a manager they thought could get top 4.
Yeah.
They challenged, but they're just not close. They're so far off.
And this season's been rough with injuries,
Yeah.
and it's lots of things haven't been working.
They're sitting 13th in the Premier League.
And of course, it did come out. Yuri Tielemans did reject the latest contract offer.
Tielemans
so.
will be gone. I see a lot of players coming in and out of that club. Do you see James Maddison staying? I don't. Depends on the offer that comes in. I think Mark Albrighton can move on. The back line, especially the 2 center backs, have
What
indeed,
happened to James Madison?
He's been all right.
I feel like he should be at the level of like Jack Grealish right now. Like with how much hype there was around him when he kind of first burst onto the scene.
I mean,
I feel like I think injuries play a massive part.
I mean, this season,
So
21 matches
I
played.
really liked what I saw from him.
Yeah, 21 matches played in the Premier League, 6 goals, 3 assists for Madison. So not record-breaking numbers by any move. But then again, you look at Jack Grealish since his move to City, he's done not much either.
Cities.
He hasn't needed to.
No.
No, he doesn't have to carry a team like that. You know, it's Man City. They don't really have players carrying them. They're such a well-built team, well managed by Pep Guardiola.
You don't
Like,
you don't need one player
the
going
que-
absolutely insane.
Ask yourself that. When has Manchester City ever been carried? You know, we've seen United carried by Bruno, like when Solskjaer was there, but
Yeah.
we've never really seen Man City ever be carried.
No, that is a good point. I mean, Jack Grealish, a £100 million player, 17 matches played, 2 goals, 2 assists. That's a very poor return, though.
But stats aren't always like that, right? Like
No. I don't know.
Third assists always happen, right? Or second.
But
assist.
Here's a hot take.
I do think Brendan Rodgers though will not finish the season at Leicester.
Okay.
I don't think he will. Leicester need to challenge for top 4.
And
And
who goes to Leicester?
there's managers out there.
They'll find a way.
There's managers out there.
Solskjaer?
Ernesto Valverde.
Okay.
Ernesto Valverde.
Um,
But if I'm Leicester, if I'm the owners group there,
Rafa.
no. If I'm the owners group at Leicester, though, I'm sitting there going, look at West Ham. Look how West Ham have built a squad, and they're pushing for top 4. Why is that not us? You can't.
I mean, that was them.
It
The
was
seasons
them.
before,
It was
right?
them.
But this season just
You can't sack the 11 players. I think the team needs a bit of an overhaul. Players need to go. You need to bring more depth and more quality depth to actually challenge for rotational places. And actually, you know what? Kasper Schmeichel. If Kasper Schmeichel gets injured tomorrow, fucking Danny Ward's their backup goalkeeper. That's not good enough. You know, that's not good enough in the Premier League. So they need to get players in that squad. They need a new manager. Leicester City, fire Brendan Rodgers. Get him out of there. He's a snake. Fuck him.
wow.
Okay, we got Big Ange. Everything's okay now. The world is back to normal.
Are you in first?
Very quickly talk about, just mention how Bayern lost to VfL Bochum, or how we pronounce that German side.
They were 4-1 down at halftime, actually.
Of course, Robert Lewandowski scores the 2 goals for Bayern, but interesting. It's always neat or funny when Bayern loses to these teams.
Yeah, VfL Bochum.
They always lose to the most random teams. It makes me wonder, is the Premier League starting to become a farmers league?
No. Don't say shit like this.
Compared to the Bundesliga? I mean, Man City only have
the
2
Bundesliga is being won by the same team every year.
Is Man City going to be that team for the Premier League now? Is anyone really going to
Liverpool
challenge
are
them?
pushing.
Not
Liverpool
by
won
much.
the Premier League
2 years ago?
2 years ago?
I mean, Bayern have 4 losses this season. City only have 2. Which one is really the Farmers League now?
It's not the Premier League. I'm sorry. It's not. I'm sorry.
I just get annoyed when people call the Bundesliga Farmers League.
Bayern Munich staying top of the table there in Bundesliga, 52 points. Dortmund second on 43. That league's done.
What about the Premier League? Do you think the Premier League's done?
Well, I think City
yes.
will have one. I think City will win.
Yeah.
I don't see City dropping. They have to. Liverpool has to beat City at the Etihad, and City has to lose. And I just don't see it happening.
I give shit the Bundesliga for the point difference. Yes, Liverpool have 2 games in hand under City.
But they also have to win those.
Yeah.
And like I said, one of their games is against City at the Etihad.
Yeah.
And
So-
that's
so
just...
City, 25 games played, 63 points. Liverpool, 23 games played, 51 points. It is a gap. It is a solid gap. If you just go through all the leagues, if you go through La Liga, Real Madrid top of the table, 54 points. Sevilla second on 50. Sevilla's in a title race.
Speaking of La Liga,
Yep.
I turned on my TV today and I thought it was Juventus playing, but instead it was Real Valladolid.
Okay.
I don't know how I mistaken their purple striped jerseys for Juventus's kit. Maybe it was a quality of my TV.
How long were you watching before you realized?
Do you mean Rayo Vallecano?
No, it was Real Valladolid versus Girona today.
It wasn't.
What?
They didn't play today.
Oh, was it Vallecano?
Vallecano played Osasuna.
No, it was Real Valladolid. They played today against Girona. Well,
It's not there.
Is this even the fucking...
That might be the second league.
Oh, fuck, it is.
It's not La Liga.
I was
What the
watching...
hell were you watching second division Spanish football?
I don't know, I just turned it on, it was on.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't know they got around. Oh, I am clueless.
Wow.
Clueless
And you thought it
Yanks.
was Juventus.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was Polish TV. So, because they had Polish commentators.
Fair enough. There was a big game happening in Italy today. It actually did happen today.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Napoli, Inter Milan. It ended in a 1-1 draw there. Big result for the top of the table. Yeah. Lorenzo Insigne did score a penalty in the 7th minute before Dzeko tied it up in the 47th, meaning top of Serie A looks like Inter Milan on 54, Napoli second on 53, and you got AC Milan on third and 52. Actually a good title race.
That's actually... Yeah,
and you know what? Juventus is still somewhat there. They're on 45. They're somewhat there. Somewhat.
Should we go into Champions League?
Let's do Champions League.
We did Champions League predictions when the group stage finished, but that was, 2 months ago?
Lots changed.
And I think our predictions have changed. Now,
Transfer window happened.
Yeah. So, obviously, we're not going to go too in-depth. We're just going to make some predictions. Give us your predictions as well for the Champions League.
Yeah, we'd love to hear it.
Or, add us on Twitter or whatnot. Okay. But, Liam, let's go with you.
Well, let's go through each one. Let's start with the first match that will come up. The big game on Tuesday.
Are we just doing the match, or are we doing the leg?
We'll do the leg. We'll do the leg.
Yeah, okay.
So the whole tie. Both games combined.
Okay.
We'll do score predictions as well as winner, or do you want to just do winner?
Just want to do winner. Let's not get too...
So, the first one we will do is the big one. PSG versus Real Madrid.
El Clasico.
Real Madrid have looked okay recently. They've had a few shaky moments.
Mm-hmm.
PSG maybe finally starting to hit some of a form. Lionel Messi's not having a great time at PSG.
No, but he does have a good history against Real Madrid.
He does.
Yeah. Will that play a factor? I don't think so, but who knows?
I think when we did the first predictions, I said
I forget what
PSG
I
has the
said.
better squad, but Real Madrid has a better team. That's how I said it. They have more of a team that actually work together on this one. So I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna choose Real Madrid to defeat PSG.
I'm gonna go with PSG.
Mm-hmm.
I just think they're very hungry to win it this year.
Little Messi magic.
Maybe Mbappe,
Mbappe.
showing his debut at the Bernabeu.
Pretty much.
So,
Pretty much.
you know what? Here's my bold prediction. I think Messi will stay in Spain. He's just gonna find a way to go back to Barca. I'm not going back to France, man. I'm back in Spain. I'm going back to Barca.
I can see him returning to Barca in the summer. I really can.
Greg?
I'm gonna go Real Madrid. I think Real Madrid will take it.
they're
I
a
think
good
it's gonna
team.
be close. It's gonna
Neymar versus Vinicius.
There's a lot of good matchups in that
that's
game.
good
That's gonna be a great tie.
no matter
Question:
what.
Neymar isn't hurt, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, because he seems to always be injured when these big matches
He
happen.
does. He does usually.
It's no matter what. One of those teams getting knocked out in the
Which
round
is
of 16,
crazy.
which is
Yeah.
very early on. So
Yeah.
The other one on Tuesday is Sporting Clube de Portugal versus Manchester City. It should be clean and simple City. I think we'll all predict Manchester City. I'm hoping for an upset. I'm hoping that Sporting can get a lucky goal and hold on to
No.
something.
I'm an FC Porto supporter now.
Okay.
Go Porto. I'm
Porto,
sorry.
Porto's not playing in this one.
I know they should be. I know I should be supporting for Sporting because former United players, but the fact that Eustáquio
Stuck.
is playing for Porto, I'm a Porto supporter.
Who's stuck?
so who are you predicting in this game?
Man City.
Okay. Jeez. City as well, Greg.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry if that was the
sorry.
worst Portuguese accent you may have heard.
Who's stuck? We'll move on to the Wednesday fixtures. I think both these are very exciting games, very interesting games. First one was Inter Milan versus Liverpool.
The-
Top of the table, Inter Milan versus the Liverpool team.
So
Does Inter Milan have what it takes to hold back Liverpool? Salah and Mane are back.
is Mane back for that?
Oh, he's back. Don't worry. He's having his party right now. He's coming back. Shout out to AFCON as well. Great after
That an
party.
amazing party. in
Great
Senegal.
after party. They were on like a bus.
Yeah.
On the roof of a bus, not a double-decker bus, just a bus. Love it. Love
Jesus.
it.
But I'll go Liverpool. I don't know. Liverpool are very strong.
I had to go Liverpool as
yeah,
well.
it's sometimes tough, but
I think Liverpool's firepower.
and Virgil van
is-
Dijk is
yeah.
healthy, right? And I don't think they had him last Champions League, did they?
I just think Liverpool's firepower is so much to handle. Like,
I
simple.
have to agree with Liverpool there.
Yeah.
It's
We're not the most analytical here, but
Think about me.
it's just easy to.
of course Inter can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there could
yeah,
always
yeah.
be an
Inter
upset in
will
the
win.
Champions League. We saw a couple
Inter-
last season,
Inter
right?
are a very good team, and I think Inter will challenge them.
Yeah.
I think Inter will push them, and they'll score a goal or two. It's just
It's good to see them in the knockout stages,
Yeah,
Inter, though, because
Salah,
we didn't see them last year.
Mane, Jota, Luis Diaz. Now
Yeah.
there's so many goal
I have
scorers.
to kind of agree with Lucas. So Lucas told me he hopes that Salah comes back with just anger after losing AFCON, and he just goes out and just is an absolute beast.
He came on for the last 30 minutes versus Leicester, and he looked very good. He had that one shot that hit the corner of the crossbar in the post, and man, that was the curve on that shot was incredible. It was just wild.
And in all honesty, Mane this season hasn't been
No,
top notch. Maybe he
Little
did
bit
very
of-
good at AFCON. Comes back and is actually
Little
has his
confidence,
form
yeah.
going. He's in-
and there's competition now with Luis Diaz in the squad who came in. He's looked very good so far. You
yeah.
have Jota, of course, Firmino. There's competition in that front three, and they have to fight for their spot.
and most of their players are healthy. Like
Yeah.
Harvey Elliott's coming back.
Yep.
And he's still looking really good. So
The other one on the Wednesday is Salzburg versus Bayern Munich. Now, can Salzburg upset Bayern Munich? Yes.
Well,
Bayern Munich just lost 4-2
Bochum.
to Bochum.
I don't know.
VFL Bochum. But will they? No.
No, Bayern wasn't even rotating their squad in that
No,
game.
it was a
Yeah.
full Bayern team.
yeah.
I don't see Bayern Munich losing this. I
It's
if
very
they
hard.
do, that's shocking. If Bayern Munich are pushed by Salzburg, alarm bells and questions are asked. But I don't see Salzburg having enough to push Bayern enough to overturn this, this tie.
it's gotta be Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look in the Austrian Bundesliga, Salzburg are top of the table, 48 points. They have scored 44 and conceded only 13. They are an okay team.
I'm interested to
But
see how that
are
tie
they
goes.
okay
Yeah.
or are they Bayern okay? You know, there's a different levels to this.
Yeah.
I feel like Bayern Champions League is just a different beast.
It's a machine.
Yeah.
It really is. We move on to Villarreal versus Juventus. Now, when we made these predictions, I remember everyone was questioning Juventus. Are they score the goals? Are they going to be able to hold against Villarreal? I think 3 out of the 4 was actually predicted Villarreal to go through.
Mhm.
But now, Juventus have a goal scorer.
That's true.
Valhalovic, or the hell
Vlahovic?
Valhalovic.
This is fucking Cthulhu.
Fucking Sesame Street, okay?
Okay, Alma.
Well, listen. Villarreal, they have a weird knack in European competitions of upsetting big boys.
What, Europa League?
Yeah, you
I don't know.
fraudsters.
Bullshit.
Even though it was 28 penalties later, they still beat you. Does Villarreal have enough to upset Juventus here?
I want to say.
I'm gonna say yeah.
You're going to say Villarreal?
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
I'll go with
Villarreal.
Juventus. I think we're gonna see a masterclass.
I think it's
from
gonna be a very good
Vlahovic.
game, though. I think it's gonna be good.
I'm going to say Villarreal goes through. A little bit of an upset. Because I think Juventus are a much better team than what they were a month ago when we made those predictions. They're actually slowly getting their way back into the Serie A title contender list. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't. There's no good vibes.
I
No
just
good
have a
vibes.
weird feeling about Villarreal there.
Yeah. Now, Canadian involved in this one, Wazinho. Chelsea versus Lille. Jonathan David. I think this one's going to be... Chelsea, they haven't been great. They haven't been great.
They just won the Club World
I
Cup.
don't know. It's tough. Yeah,
But
they'll have
Lille-
confidence.
Lille
I've also been pretty shit.
have not been good at all.
They have Jonathan David. They're crown jewel at the moment. They are not the same Lille that won the league last season.
No,
They
not
lost
at
some
all.
players.
League on Uber Eats, they are 8th. 35
Jesus.
points, -3 goal difference.
It-
It's not pretty. They did just lose 5-1 to PSG.
I have to go Chelsea. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah,
there's no way.
I'd go Chelsea, but Jonathan
I hope there's an upset.
Jonathan Davis scores in both legs.
I'd like to see that. Yeah.
Okay. well,
I'm going Chelsea.
His debut
as
in
well.
England.
yeah.
I don't think he's actually played many matches in England.
I don't think
so.
he is ever. I don't think so. But yeah, I'll go with it. I'll go Chelsea. Jonathan Davis scoring in both legs.
Canadian things.
Now, we're going back to Portugal.
Oh,
Not FC Porto.
they're not in the competition.
Benfica versus Ajax. That's a great game. I'm interested
to see how it's gonna go. Yeah, I like it.
I actually really am excited.
Ajax have
for
a
that
chance
one.
of going through to the quarters, and so is Benfica. So it's always good to see clubs from, clubs from not necessarily top 5 leagues in the world.
I think Ajax. I think majority of the people, not majority,
I
but
go Ajax.
I think most people will go Ajax just because of the name. I'm gonna go with Benfica. I'm gonna go Benfica.
Ajax
It's
can
tough.
continue that Champions League form that the Champions League form that they did in the group stage
Yes.
was insane. Like they
Ajax
were
and the
crazy.
Eredivisie are top of
Sebastian
course.
Aller, best
I
goal scorer in Europe.
Jesus God, I just looked at their. Oh my God!
Yeah,
Ajax
yeah.
and the Eredivisie,
Yeah.
51 points. They've scored 64.
Yeah.
They've conceded 5.
Yeah, no, they've been insane. Like that's what I'm saying.
All
Like,
right.
they're insane.
So
form.
maybe-
It's
Ajax Champions League contenders.
We
Maybe.
look at Benfica in Liga Portugal. They are third, 50 points, 58 goals scored, 20 conceded. Not bad, but
many
they've conceded 5.
I am
how
gonna-
many goals does Sebastian Aller have in all competitions?
I don't know, but bold prediction 8-2 Ajax in aggregate. I don't care. They're gonna slap him.
Sebastian Haller. Champions League, he has 10 goals. Eredivisie, he has 13.
He's
He's done all right.
Have West Ham.
that's crazy.
Yeah, he's done all right.
Sebastian Aller.
I'm going Ajax.
This isn't even my final form.
Imagine if
I'm gonna stick with Benfica because I said it on my chest. But Ajax, I'm shocked by 5 goals conceded all year. Fair enough to them. Let's move on to the final one. Atletico Madrid versus Manchester United.
I'll be honest. I don't see you.
You shouldn't.
No,
Well, then again-
I'm typically very confident with United, but I think this has been the least confident I have been in this side, just with everything that's been going on. not only on the pitch but off the pitch, and it's
Maybe
just,
this is a good way of getting Ronaldo out of his slump that he's in, though.
well, fucking
Champions League Ronaldo, right?
David De Gea said we're cursed, so I don't know.
You never know. Ronaldo could just come out, of course, playing against Madrid.
I don't see it happening.
Going back to Madrid.
If Manchester United can barely beat Middlesbrough, they didn't beat Middlesbrough.
You lost.
And then drew Burnley.
Yep.
How do you expect to beat Atletico Madrid?
Oh, you don't.
Madrid
That's
have
why I'm
not
saying
been great.
Atletico Madrid. but-
How?
Atletico Madrid have not been great though. They got
This is true.
They got
This is
embarrassed
true.
by Barcelona.
But I still
Yeah.
think they have the edge.
I watched that first half against Barca, and I was like, "Holy shit, Dani Alves is the best player in the history of the world." But
Atletico Madrid made him look that good.
it was not a Diego Simeone Atletico Madrid. They were just exposed defensively. There was no midfield control. It was a very weird performance.
Yeah.
But does Manchester United have enough to beat Atletico Madrid? Yeah.
They did on paper they have a good team.
If
Yeah.
United play
But
and actually perform to what you can, then yes,
I
you
think-
guys can beat them.
I think Diego Simeone is such a smart manager that he will know how to exploit that midfield and Harold Maguire. And Rangnick, that's,
But then again, other than maybe João Felix, they don't have an incredibly pacey attack.
I don't think they need it to. They just have to outplay them,
Yeah.
be tactically better.
So you're gonna go,
I'll go. Unfortunately, I have to go Atletico. I want to back them, but it's just hard right now.
I'm going Atletico Madrid.
fuck it. Manchester United going through. Fuck it. Someone's gonna pick these fraudsters. Because you know them. They'll get a 97th minute penalty to win the tie.
And
That's
then-
how it'll be. Yeah, exactly. He'll take his shirt off, go to Diego Simeone and go, suck at my cojones, bitch. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. You just know some
And
bullshit
then every
will
United
occur.
supporter on Twitter, he is the GOAT. See, this is why he's the GOAT. He is the GOAT.
Leo Messi will not score against Real Madrid, and they'll be like, "Look at him! He's washed up. He can only do it in La Liga.
He's
He
Pessi.
can only do it.
He can't score in the Uber Eats League.
He's a one club hero."
Football is just stupid sometimes.
Football Twitter is stupid. But like, the Messi Ronaldo debate is something that is just
Gone for
it's
so long.
It's so funny, but when you actually break it down, you're like, guys,
It's so dumb.
just they're two footballers. Just relax. Like, watch, enjoy football.
Any other? Is that it?
Well, that's
Okay.
Champions League, so thank you for.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the
Well,
Champions League
Liam,
prediction.
Your Celtic side, are they in any European competitions?
We're in the Conference League.
How do you expect
They're in
them
the
to
Conference League qualifiers.
We're in the qualifier. We have a playoff game actually coming up on this Thursday against Bodo Glimt from Norway.
do? Nice.
Let me pull up. I want to say I'm pretty sure it's Norway or is it Denmark? I'm pretty sure it's Norway. Let me pull them up. Conference
And then
League.
speaking of, if we go back to Barcelona, talking about Atletico Madrid, Barcelona played Napoli in a qualifier
that's
for
true,
the
actually.
the Europa League.
Yeah.
Like that's a insane game. Started off.
Bodo Glimt is from Norway. Yes. So I'm confident. We've been playing very good. But
Can
Bodo,
Celtic go on and win the Conference League?
there's some okay teams. We're there. You got like Partizan, you got Marseille, Leicester City are in there, Fenerbahce, PSV.
Yeah, like, there's a lot of teams.
There's a lot of teams, and I'm just happy we have European football after January. That hasn't
Mhm.
happened for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Albeit in a conference league, not Europa League, but our Europa League group was very tough, and I think we actually did well in our Europa League group. We were playing
Yeah,
good.
you were in a tough group.
We were in a tough group, but we were actually playing good football. We are top of the SPFL. We're getting our players back to full fitness, which is nice to see because we had a lot of injuries there for like the
Mhm.
December window. We brought in some good players. We have 3 new Japanese players. Ryo Hatate, who is God. But it's looking all right for us. Top of the table, 63 points, 57 goals scored, 15 against.
Rio Hatate is God. I never thought I've ever
Ryo
heard of it.
Hatate.
How old is he?
I'll say 20. Let me see. Where's Rio? Rio, he's classified as a defender on here. Rio Hatate is 24 years old.
There you go.
Not bad.
Great. But any other topics we want to cover in this podcast?
Well, Canada's now ranked 33rd in the world in FIFA rankings.
It's a bit high for me.
For Canada?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's because they're above Scotland.
No, but you tell me that Canada's the 30th best team in the world?
30 or 3rd. No, but is Belgium the best team in the world? Because
No.
they're ranked for... I mean, the FIFA rankings are bullshit. But one thing to note is that I think if Canada wins their next 3 games, that could really determine
their pot
pot 3, which is important because they can get maybe an easier draw.
Yeah.
I know some people were saying there's no way DR Congo qualifies for the World Cup because Morocco. Congo.
You got torn apart in the TikTok comments.
DR Congo actually beat Morocco last time, I think, in 2017. And they've drawn once.
So 2017, we're in 2022.
It's true. Just don't sleep on DR Congo. I'm just saying. They could cause an upset against Morocco.
I mean, I think Canada moving up in the FIFA World Rankings is needed. They're playing very, very well at the moment. It's just, do I think they're 33rd best in the world? Maybe not. Put them around the 40 mark, maybe. Drop them down a couple spots. But I'm happy they're there. And I hope they do get pot 3. And I hope that they get an okay World Cup draw. Because I'm going to say it. I think they are going to the World Cup. I'm confident they're going to the World Cup.
Yeah. They're going to
They're going to the World Cup.
They're basically.
So, you know what? I'm going to talk as if they're at the World Cup. You know,
they need a draw in 3 games.
Yeah.
And they're undefeated.
Bro, DR Congo has not conceded a goal since September. Okay, they beat Madagascar 2-0.
The hissing cockroaches.
Oh, shit, and then they lost to Madagascar.
So never mind then.
Fuck.
I did concede.
But then they beat Tanzania 3-0.
Great.
So was that the time they so have they not conceded since then?
Then they beat Benin 2-0. But then they lost to Bahrain. Just
what do you mean they haven't?
Oh shit! Never mind.
The only thing Bahrain has is a Grand Prix.
They have Yannick Bolasie and Cedric Bakambu.
Yannick Bolasie is their best player.
So maybe DR Congo don't really have a chance against Morocco.
Isn't Kayembe from DR Congo?
I don't know.
I thought Kayembe Bebe was from DR Congo.
I can check. They have Masaku.
Anyways,
back on Canada.
Now, I think they are going to go to the World Cup. And you know what I'm going to say is if they can get an okay draw, you never know. I'm just happy they're making it.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
All the comments will say, "Oh, they're going to get smacked in the group." You don't know that. You don't know.
We don't know the groups yet.
And you know what? Yes, they might play against France and lose 4-0. Who cares?
I think they'll score a goal.
Who cares if they lose against France?
Kyle Larin? Or Jonathan David?
Yeah, Fonzie.
I was gonna say,
but you know, just get there. You know, something that we've never seen in our lifetime, or even some of our parents' lifetimes. You know,
and I think that game against Jamaica, it will be in Toronto.
What?
Yeah, I know there's rumors that it might be in Edmonton. The game against Jamaica will be in Toronto. So
the Brampton boys are gonna come out and go, wagwans.
I love it.
The Brampton boys with their junior chickens from McDonald's going, Mikel Antonio, biggest dick in the Premier League.
Love this guy.
You know it.
Anything we should else talk about?
What's going on in Gregory's world?
Fulham's doing pretty good.
Are you top of the table?
Yeah.
Good.
We're like 9 points.
Okay, so good, because you had...
Mitrovic has 31 league goals now.
So basically, he is your Adam Armstrong.
Yes.
On that TikTok where I asked us for questions, we only got 3 responses.
That's okay.
Vinny asked Barca versus Atleti.
Their opinions on it? I thought Barcelona were very good.
Yeah.
The fullbacks were very good. I mean, Jordi Alba scored a hell of a goal. Dani Alves had a great game and then got sent off, so hey ho.
Domenico asked Napoli.
Well, they drew.
That's all we can say.
They won't win Serie A.
But Owen asked us, are there any upcoming video games that you're excited for?
Yes, there is. I know Wazinho posted a TikTok about it already, so make sure you are following us on TikTok, as well as like Instagram and Twitter, all of our social medias.
But
links are in the description.
Are you guys excited for the new Super Mario Strikers?
It looks good.
I don't think I've ever played the original.
The original, it was great.
Honestly,
I didn't like the Wii version.
Yeah, I heard that one was stinky.
But this one looks more like the original.
Yeah, and there's a lot more customization to it, and obviously
this is on the Switch, right?
Yeah, and I don't think you necessarily like Liam. I don't think you need to get a Switch. I think you're able to kind of play like as a group here.
It has pro clubs.
Yeah, it has pro clubs in it.
That's so sick.
Is it wild how Mario Strikers are doing more advancing than FIFA did for the last 10 years?
It kind of feels like it.
Like, yeah.
And there's also another football game that's coming out soon called, I think,
ULF or UFL?
UFL.
UFL.
And it's supposed to be more competitive based, and there's a lot of funding from former football, not
Well, I mean,
like
really,
Lukaku and stuff.
I mean, the we've talked about the gaming landscape before because FIFA by EA Sports will not happen in 2023.
Which is gonna be weird.
It will be.
I don't
really
know how
weird.
it's gonna play out. Yeah.
So who will get like the most popular game? There will be a game where everyone goes to. It'll
Well, I
become the
think
biggest
Well, you said
football game.
2023. You mean like this year though?
So yeah,
So,
it'll
like,
be weird.
Are we gonna get one more FIFA or no?
I don't know.
I-
I don't know.
I
Are we
think 'cause
getting
have,
it? That's
we
what
have
I'm
FIFA
wondering.
22. I don't think we get FIFA 23.
Which
Well,
comes
essentially,
out this
it's gonna
year,
be
though.
the same game.
It's
I
supposed
guess,
to.
It's gonna be
September,
the same game, just without the word FIFA in it.
Well, EA Sports will have their own game.
Yeah. So
UFL will have their own game.
yeah,
There will be like FIFA.
There's
will
more-
get a different game.
there's more competition, which is very good because EA has had such a monopoly,
Yes.
and that's obviously been pretty,
I hope
nasty.
I hope this UFL doesn't flop.
No, I hope not.
It needs to come out and be actually good and challenge, and it needs to be good. Because and then whenever FIFA picks up, because FIFA will get their own game again, the amount of revenue FIFA makes from their game, they will make their new
So
one.
UFL is an upcoming free-to-play association football simulation video game developed by Strikers. It is set to release in 2022.
I just hope it's not stinky.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
Because
It's
it
on the-
has potential to be a real stink.
it's on the Unreal Engine, which is a very popular video
Is
game
it?
engine. So
It needs to be good, and then we'll see what EA Sports comes out with. We'll see what FIFA comes up
and
with.
there's always there's PES. Like that's not that you can, but like that. What I'm just saying is like there's a lot of different football games that
And it's
become.
just my thing is, for our lifetime, it's just been
Oh.
dominated by FIFA, EA Sports games.
this is
So
interesting.
all Twitch,
what-
all
that's-
YouTube
So-
has been
Yeah.
that.
UFL, apparently, the game has partnered with FIFA Pro, a worldwide representative organization with 65,000 pro footballers.
Yeah, so FIFA Pro is the licensing rights to the players'
Yeah.
names and appearances. That's not
That-
FIFA like itself.
No,
though.
but as well as they've also partnered with something called Instat, a sports performance analysis company who will provide up-to-date statistics for each player. And West Ham, Sporting, Shakhtar, Mönchengladbach, Monaco, Besiktas, Celtic, and
Yeah.
Rangers have been announced as some of the licensed clubs for UFL.
I know
So
we were-
UFL, they're going to try and make a statement and be competitive with FIFA. Now, I know some people are thinking, oh, maybe 2K can get the rights to FIFA and make, but I heard 2K is not very.
I know like
Good.
NBA 2K is really popular.
Yeah,
And,
but
like-
they love their microtransactions. Like they would milk it like EA
Yeah.
does, but worse, I think.
I think like the NBA 2K. I think the career mode storyline is a lot better than how
Yeah.
FIFA does it. Man, fucking career mode pissing me off. Let me
Yeah.
tell you. I think I could make such a good
And
game.
by the way, UFL is supposed to be on Xbox One.
is it?
Yeah, so you can play it for free.
But like, I think I could make career mode so much better. Just give me a storyline. Give me the Alex Hunter storyline in career mode, where I'm actually a player and I'm actually living life. Like it pissed me off. So I tried to start a career mode as a player. I was like, okay, I want to do it like realistically. So what I did was I was a 17-year-old coming through Liverpool. I was like a 70 rated player. Okay, in my head, I'll get loaned out to a lower league. What do? I overtake Sadio Mane as a starting left winger. I'm sorry? This man's 89 rated. I'm 71 rated. That's not real. And it's just I don't
Oh yeah, Ronaldo joined UFL.
I just want realism. Why am I not getting loaned out to Middlesbrough? Why am I not getting, I don't get it. It's dumb.
It's
I wonder, like, with all these clubs and footballers supporting UFL, it's kind of saying, yeah, we're kind of just sick of what EA has done.
Well, because you two, I mean, maybe you more than Greg, you have the experience of, when you think FIFA, you think Ultimate Team, you think online, you think the transactions. I don't. I think of career mode. So our perspective of FIFA EA Sports is different, right?
Well, Greg and I, we can agree, like, FIFA Ultimate Team is so pay to win now.
oh yeah.
It's like, I go into a game, and this dude's got fucking Team of the Year Mbappe, Team of the Year Messi.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to compete with that and, like, upgrade my team and get better? I mean, I don't really want to play squad battles. I want to play online. I want to play against other people, but I want to feel like I have a chance. With
Yeah,
FIFA, it sucks. And people say, oh, you can trade and you do this and that, but, like, that requires so much time and effort.
Well, because when you guys did the Road to Glory at the very beginning of FIFA 22,
Yeah.
I remember Matt, like Rasta, was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do trading," and he just never did. He said, "Well, what's the point of it? Like, he didn't enjoy it, right?"
Yeah.
Yep.
It's yeah. I am excited though to see how the football gaming landscape
excited.
changes.
I
I hope it does change a bit.
yeah.
It
Well,
needs to improve.
I think Super Mario Strikers might be interesting to see how many people actually play that. I hope we can make
It
content
is cool
around
that
that.
there's online and stuff
Yeah.
like Pro Club. It's really cool.
We can do
actually,
some
what they're
fun
doing.
challenges with that, maybe.
I also saw there was a new Wii Sports coming
Yeah,
out.
there is.
It
Yes,
looks
we
sick.
should try that.
It looks so sick.
Switch Sports.
Yeah.
Looks
So
so
maybe
cool.
we'll turn into like a Nintendo channel with.
I just want to have. I think the big thing with the 90th minute is because we're struggling to get consistency with being together and upload and stuff like that. I think the biggest thing is we as a group want to just have fun when we record, whether it's playing or sitting here having a conversation, whatever we do. We just want to have fun with it and
Yeah.
enjoy what we're
forcing.
doing, and not be like, okay, guys, we need to record for 3 hours and do this. It gets tiresome.
Well,
after
what's
a while.
nice about this Strikers game as well? It comes out in the summer,
Okay.
so we might have some more time to record stuff and maybe make out content with
Yeah.
that game.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be great.
I miss the Euros.
I do, but we got the World Cup coming up.
I'm very excited for the World Cup. I just hope it's not ridiculously early.
Well, the first match is 3 a.m.
So
but
yeah,
That's the kickoff match. Yeah.
yeah, I think the final is at 8 a.m.
yeah. So that's fine. We've done the 8 a.m.
No, I mean it'll be something. I mean, especially because it's in the winter for us.
There's a few 12 p.m. games. Like, it's not terrible. There's a couple 3 a.m. games, but you don't have to watch every fucking 3 a.m. game.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless it's Canada, then it's like,
Yeah, that's when it'll
Yeah.
suck.
If Canada's at a 3 a.m. game, I will have to be there.
Yeah.
I will have
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
I can't go my entire life without watching Canada World Cup and go, you know what? I'm gonna sleep.
Especially because there's literally only like 3 games.
The question is, do you stay up or do you wake
Depends
up?
what comes on afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends if France Germany's up next. I'm
Oh,
like, I can't
Jesus
stand up.
Christ.
Well, what you do, you go to sleep, then wake up for it, and
let's
then you
keep it
wait,
going.
and then you go. And
Keep it going. You just crash
But like
afterwards.
the guys in the comments are the Australians. They have to wake up
Yeah.
so early just for
Yeah, I
Premier League
always
games,
feel bad
Champions
for
League
them.
I
for
remember.
Indonesia.
I remember watching. I used to get Aussie Rules football on a channel on my TV. I would stay up till like 1 a.m. to watch it. It was great. I'd be sitting there going, "Fucking run!" And same with like Formula One. Formula One's always ridiculous times in the morning, but
yeah.
that's why I record it. It's not the same. Anyways, anything else? Or are we gonna wrap this podcast up?
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Obviously we're gonna be. This podcast comes on Monday, but quickly, Liam, what's your Super Bowl prediction?
Super Bowl prediction. Yeah, that's on Sunday. Of course, Wazinho's favorite team, the LA Rams.
Although I've been kind of slightly influenced at work to maybe cheer for the Bengals.
You can't switch like that.
I don't want to. I'm going with the Rams, and
I'm cheering for the Bengals.
a lot of people seem to be cheering for the
Mauled
Bengals.
by
Very
the
good storylines
Tigers.
around there.
You're getting mauled by the Tigers.
Well, not even that, but for Harambe.
for Harambe. Yeah,
for
Did you ever see
Harambe.
that? Did you see that tweet?
No.
Like I said, if we win the Super Bowl, we're going to the Cincinnati Zoo and we're celebrating for Harambe.
Okay then.
No, but I hope it's a good game.
Yeah.
I hope there's points scored because I find sometimes Super Bowls can be a bit defensive and a little bit boring. I'm going to predict 21-13 for the Cincinnati Bengals. Can you give me a score?
What was your score again?
I said 21-13.
I'll go 30-21 for the Rams.
Okay.
Is that the over?
Yeah, it would be over.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going very bold.
Gregory, give me something.
I
Just
don't.
give me something.
I don't have a
Give me,
prediction.
give me a team at least then.
Will Tupac Shakur show up as a hologram at the halftime show?
No.
No.
And jam out with California Love with Dr. Dre, Snoop
No.
Dogg. Oh, it's gonna be so sick. This halftime is gonna be so lit,
The
man.
halftime show should be good. Actually. Give me a team to win the Super Bowl.
I'll say the Bengals will win.
All right, there we go. We have our Super Bowl predictions. But if you have enjoyed this podcast, whether on YouTube or the audio apps, thank you very much for listening to what we had to say. Leave a like on YouTube. Subscribe to our podcast channel if you haven't yet. On audio apps, leave a follow, share us, that kind of stuff. It'll help us get our podcast name out there.
Yeah, we're trying to rebuild our audience because
Yeah.
we can definitely hit that wild break. But
long break. Maybe we're trying to
Yeah,
come
back.
back. We're focusing on the podcast. We're focusing on content that we can enjoy to make and stuff like that. So yeah, leave a like. Give us suggestions in the comments about what do you want us to talk about. What do you want to see from the channel itself. We always like to look at what you guys are commenting and saying. The three of us, from Brett, from Lucas, from Rasta as well. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching and listening.
We'll see you next time.
It's been yet another week in
Actually,
a beautiful game.
let's just give a quick shout out to our friend Brendan Dunlop.
Okay. He's working the Olympics.
Big things at the Olympics. Shout out to you,
Yeah.
Brendan. You're doing God's work, man.
Have anyone watching the Olympics?
What?
I've watched
I
zero.
know we're supposed to end this, but anything?
I've watched
I've been
zero.
watching the curling.
I'll be honest. Figure skating is fucking much.
I know Lucas has been watching a lot of the Olympics.
This figure skating shit,
I
man.
like watching like the bobsleigh and the luge. That's what I like to watch.
I love watching these dudes and they're doing this fucking sick spins and the dramatic music. I'm like, that's what I want to do, man. My kid's gonna be a figure skater.
Are they?
Imagine Waz going around figure skating. Imagine him just
It's so sick, man. I don't know how they do it.
Practice.
and skill.
Rhythm things.
We will see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Jamaica still do bobsled? Are they still good at that? Oh, okay.